As Janice begins to contemplate her future, outside forces are conspiring against the Mosaic team.
Hey, Mark.
Just want to share some good news with you. We got our funding. Mosaic's still alive.
Mark?
Get out! Whoa. Let's go!
Hello?
But it seems the future Janice is coming to accept might not be as clear as she once thought.
Tell me. It's a girl. When I got shot,
You got a gunshot wound to the abdomen. We need to set up a peripheral.
the bullet bounced around all over the place. The only thing they said they could do without taking the whole thing out. Olivia did this thing called a bee lynch,
There's no guarantee that a bee lynch will contain the bleeding.
but with all the scarring,
Gives her a fighting chance of still having a normal, healthy uterus.
Barely.
they said that it's gonna be almost impossible. Why am I crying? I never even wanted to have a baby.
It's gonna be all right. While Janice recovers, Dimitri and Agent Al Goff try to identify her attackers.
You mind? Got no ID, no cell phone, no keys, no fingerprints. We got nothing. Dimitri, what?
Acting kind of weird.
Listen, Al, you've been acting kind of weird for a couple of weeks yourself. You want to talk about our feelings, or you want to get back to work?
Work sounds good.
As they look closer at one of the bodies, they discover a clue from Mark's board.
Hand. Blue hand. When Mark had you pin the blue hand card to the board, he knew it was somehow related to the word Baltimore. So you believe in these visions now?
It's complicated.
Dimitri and Al follow that lead to a mysterious house where they find multiple suicide victims with blue hands.
Bullet trajectories are consistent with self-inflicted gunshot wounds.
Well, when I found out all three Vics committed suicide, I cross-referenced their visions on Mosaic. Turns out they're all ghosts. So people who didn't see anything in their flash-forwards, that's what they call themselves.
None of them had visions, and now they're all dead. Am I the only one who finds that disturbing?
No, you're not. Check this out.
The blue hand, no limits, no fear. A place where ghosts can gather to embrace the inevitable.
A death club?
Like a book club with bullets.
Whatever it is, the guy who shot Janice is a part of it. We need to find these people, figure out who they are, and shut them down.
The team tracks down the location of the club's next meeting.
Here we go.
And apprehends their leader, Renault.
I want this in.
Not today. Not today.
With Renault in custody, the team interrogates him, looking for a connection to the men who attacked Janice.
It's all mapped out. Don't you understand?
What if you're wrong? What then?
You can run. And you can hide. But you can't escape what's coming.
But not everyone believes that the future can't be changed. Ever since the blackout, Al Goff has been conflicted about what to do regarding his vision.
Hey, Dimitri. Yo, I left something on your desk. Can you make sure it gets into the right hands?
Yeah.
In Al's flash forward,
Hello? Al, I just got off the phone with the hospital.
he finds out he is responsible for the death of a woman named Celia.
I'm sorry, Al. She's gone.
Dear Celia, I don't know your last name, but I know you have 2 young boys. Those 2 boys are orphans because of me. And I know you didn't have a flash forward. I understand how terrifying that is and how powerless you must be feeling. But I want you to know that you are not alone.
Stop. Stop.
Although he has never met this woman and has no idea how or when he will cause her death,
Al! 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 No.
Al goes to drastic lengths to make sure his flash forward does not come true.
We can fix this. Come on, Al.
It can happen anytime, anywhere.
I don't even know how it happens. But if I'm not here, it means we can change things.
Al, please get down.
What I saw,
I killed her.
what you saw, doesn't have to play out that way.
Al, listen to me. Celia's death was an accident, okay? There's nothing you could have done to avoid this.
As word of Al Goff's death spreads, people begin to realize that maybe the future can be changed.
They all saw FBI agent Al Goff alive and well on April 29th. We can't take what we saw for granted.
Okay. This is a new world. This is a new day. And I just think we need to take a moment and let that sink in.
And we can change what we saw. Everything's back to being up to us again.
But not everyone shares this optimism.
What do you want?
You disappeared to Los Angeles. You don't return my calls. I'm worried about you. We all are.
I don't want to see any of you right now.
We have to talk.
Our experiment killed 20 million people, Simon. What more is there to say?
Lloyd Simcoe's partner, Dr. Simon Campos, is a world-renowned quantum physicist.
Do an image search for quantum physicist genius. Which popped up first? Me winning the Robert Wilson Award, or the jaunty one of me holding lab goggles over my genitals?
Since the blackout, Lloyd has been avoiding him, so Simon decides to stop by the hospital to pay him a visit.
I still have doubts as to the cause of the blackout.
Our experiment killed 20 million people, Simon. The world has been upended. We have to go public and tell the world that we caused the blackout.
We are here today because we believe that the global blackout was precipitated by our experiment.
We contend that there was no way to predict anything like this happening. Scientists conduct experiments all the time. We simply cannot stop conducting experiments because we are not 100% sure of the results.
If this guy caused a blackout, what's that mean for Mosaic? Is this game over?
Game's not over.
To prove his innocence, Simon shows up at the FBI, offering to help the investigation.
So you're here to turn yourself in?
I do not believe we caused the blackout.
Any idea who is responsible, then?
I'm certain if you allowed me access to your Mosaic investigation, I could divine the answer for you.
So you want to be deputized?
These are highly classified images, so we've obscured anything that would indicate where they were taken.
Somalia. The orientation of the flora, the shallow